Good morning, everyone. Good morning. This, well, not so beautiful today in South Carolina. It's raining, but rain here is not a regular basis, so it's okay. Good morning, everyone. Come on in here. Welcome to another edition of Savings Minus Debt. I'm your host, LJ Young. Welcome. And if you're new to my channel, my name is, I hate it when I do that. My name is LJ Young, and I'm a 100% debt-free motivational speaker and personal finance educator. I help people become financially free by helping them financially see outside what I call the debt matrix. And the debt matrix is a place where everybody lives that believes in credit and debt and believes they can't buy anything without having good credit. You know, this is a place where I teach you that is not true. That's not true at all. Debt is the very thing preventing you from getting out of debt. And you're probably asking, Linnell, what can you do for me? What I do is create your wealth building foundation. Okay. You can't become wealthy until your foundation is solid. This is what I can do for you. This is what I do for my clients. This is what I do, people. This is what I do for a living. I help people get out of debt with a solid fan. Best Version Motivation. What's up, Mark? What's up? Hyphy, what's up? Quentin, good morning. Happy holidays. This is another video by Best Version Motivation. I love it. This one's on student loan debt, man. You've been sending me some good ones, Best Version. This one is we're going to do a review on this particular one. It's about 6 minutes long. And yeah, this conditioning is strong, man. It's the reason why I love these. Good morning, Cosmic Wisdom. Good morning. Good morning. Cosmic Wisdom says, good morning from the DMV area, traveling around visiting family and friends for the next few weeks. Good. Okay, cool. Enjoying yourself. Life for a business. What's up? He says, this is, or he or she, I'm not sure who, this is one of my favorite channels now. Hey, thank you for letting me know that. I appreciate it. That means I'm doing something right. That means I'm heading in the right direction, you know? Good morning, everyone. Good morning. All right. So we're going to give it I'm going to wait to the 3-minute mark, and then we're going to get started. But I love tackling the student loan problems because it's one of the biggest. You know, people are in denial about it. You know, it's $1.6 trillion worth of student loan debt now, right? And if you go around on the Christmas holiday right now and go shopping, especially like today, a few days before Christmas, the stores are packed. You would swear nobody's in debt. Go out right now and try to go pick up your Christmas present, okay? You would swear there is no student loan debt. Nobody's in student loan debt. $1.6 trillion, go out and shopping. You'd be like, why is everything so crowded? Because people don't care. They do not care. What's up, B. Mays? Welcome. Jaws, this is my biggest issue. I have a lot of debt. Yep, that's a lot of, hey man, don't feel alone. That's a lot of people's problem, okay? Trillions in student loan debt. Because this is the problem with, this is the issue with people that are in debt, okay? And I don't even want to say issue. Issue is the wrong word. The conditioned mindset, because you got to remember, when you're in debt, you think about money individually, and you start to think that it's just you've been the only one messing up on money. Look at your neighbor. They got a house, boat, cars, this and that. And you fooled by their stuff, but it's just stuff. I promise you, they're in the same situation as you. You just can't see it. They might have a better facade than you. Okay. But all you got to do is look at the numbers, Google the numbers. You can tell people are faking out there. Trillions in student loan debt, trillions in car loan debt, trillions in credit card debt, trillions in mortgage debt. It's trillions. Okay. So a lot of people out there are faking. All right. So we're going to get into this video brought to you by Best Version. Appreciate you. All right. Keep those videos coming, you guys. All right. Let me get this set up, and then we're going to walk through it. So you guys can see. It's just, I don't think, debt, being in debt causes a person to, believe it or not, debt makes makes people's decisions for them, and they don't even know it. Don't even know they are. Jobs. People don't even realize, some employers are requiring people's credit reports, right? And a lot of people don't really understand why that is. Why? I'm not buying anything. Why they want to know? They want to see how much debt you're in. I promise you. That will determine the type of position they'll put you in. That'll determine how it determines if you're going to be leaving anytime soon. If you got a mortgage and car notes, you ain't leaving anytime soon. You're going to take whatever they throw at you. You're going to beg for overtime. That's what debt causes people to do. Okay. So let's get this going up here. 1 second. Now, this is a woman that's in debt, and she's trying to get student loan forgiveness program. So hold on for a second. Let me get this going. All right. Oh, application one. Okay. All right, here we go. All right, here we go, you guys. Let me spread that bottom so you guys can kind of see what's.
In the final installment of the Life and Debt series, we take a look at the Federal Student Loan Forgiveness Program. The program was originally introduced in 2007 by President George W. Bush and was expanded in 2018 by Congress to allow more public servants to qualify. CBS News national correspondent Mark Strauss.
Now, I want you guys to hear the words they are using. Okay. Public servant. Okay. If you are in student loan debt and you've been in student loan debt for years, your student loans are older than your children, you are a servant. Okay?
And sat down with one woman who applied for relief and was rejected.
I love to teach, but I went back to school mostly for what my students could get out of it. Touch their lives.
You went into it with the absolute intent of giving back.
Oh, absolutely. You don't do that for the money.
Debbie Baker is 56, a mother of two, and a career choir teacher.
Now, I'm not downplaying what because she obviously loves what she's doing, right? But this is what happens when you let your feelings mix with your money. So she felt that way. Like, I really feel like, I guarantee you she justified herself going back to school, taking out these student loans because she was doing it for her children, instead of really thinking about it, what she was doing to her own life and her own children. You gotta think of yourself first, right? You gotta put yourself in a great position. If she would have took the time to put herself in a good financial position, she could have loved what she's doing even more. She could have help the kids while she was debt free.
She directs the education program at a musical nonprofit in Tulsa. Every year, does this stack of paperwork get bigger?
Yeah, oh yeah.
This paperwork represents a 20-year struggle to pay off her student loans. She graduated from the University of Tulsa in 1999.
Wow.
How much did you owe?
Is right at about $35,000.
But with deferments and interest, she now owes $80,000.
20 years. She's been paying on her student loans for 20 years. 20 years. It's over double than what she paid to go to college. 20 years. She's not alone, people. She is not alone. So you got to think about it this way too. When you take your feelings out of it, you say, you mean to tell me out of 20 years, you didn't make $40,000? 20 years? See what I'm saying? If you look at it that way, you can see it doesn't make sense. When I paid my student loans off, I had to sacrifice. I had to move out of my fancy high-rise apartment, sell my fancy Lexus, sell a bunch of other stuff because I was serious about getting out of student loan debt. They don't want you to get out of student loan debt. They want you to be a servant until you're dead. That is clear.
More than double her original loan amount.
I got in there one day and it said, your loans will be forgiven if you die.
Mm.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's true. They're just telling you the truth.
In 2007, Congress passed the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program. Public servants making 10 years of qualifying payments would have their loan balance wiped clean. You were convinced that you...
10 years? 10 years of service. You mean to tell me, check it out. You have, say like you have $40,000 in student loan debt. Let's just say 40, okay? You mean to tell me in 10 years, you don't believe in yourself enough that you can earn $40,000 in a 10-year time span? 10 years. That says a lot about the person. And they know that if these programs, this is just, it says a lot about the person. It just says, it's like when a person has student loan debt, right? And then they go finance a car. That doesn't make any sense. It's like, wait a minute, you got $50,000 in student loan debt. What are you doing financing a $30,000, $40,000 car? People don't look at it that way. They want to point the finger at somebody. It's somebody else's fault when it's their fault.
Qualified.
So we planned our whole lives around it.
Baker never missed a payment for 10 years. She says Navient, her loan servicer, repeatedly told her she was on track. In 2017, she applied for forgiveness and was rejected.
My payment plan was correct. My employment was correct. They just had issued it with the wrong pot of money. Nobody told me.
Here she is paid on student loans for 10 years. And then she gets to the end of the program and they reject her. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? Do it yourself. Pay that student loan off. Don't rely on anybody. In order to pay off your student loan debts, you must ignore society. You must ignore the majority. You must ignore them. The majority of people believe having student loans for years is normal. It's okay. That is not true. That is not true.
Made 0 payments to qualify. 0. What was that moment like when you realized what you owed at that point?
Can you imagine the feeling that she must have got when she followed all the rules, right? And this is not even funny. I just like, it's sometimes when you guys hear me giggle, it's like these places, these Navient places, they do it right in your face. They do it right in your face. And you know why they do it right in your face? Because you can't do nothing about it but pay it off yourself. That's what I had to do with my own student loans. I had to buckle down, pay off the student loans myself. That's why they're gone. I didn't have to follow any rules. I didn't have to make sure I did this on time, did that on time. Nuh-uh, because they're waiting for you. Say like, imagine if you're in this program for 5 years and something financially happens to you to where you can't make the payment. Guess what? You are kicked out. Kicked out. Man. Let me bring this up real quick before we get, okay, let me look up. Juan says the government lied to them. Don't blame her. Okay. Juan, people have to stop blaming or some other entity lied to her. People want to point the finger at somebody. Hey, they didn't tell me the truth. They said I could do this. They didn't say. People have to stop doing that. When you go sign up those loans, nobody's twisting your arm to go sign up for student loans. They tell you this, you're going to have to pay back that. This is how you do it. Pay back the student loan. Only blame yourself. If you get the student loan and you get that degree or whatever you're going for and you land that good job, you pay back every single penny of that student loan right away. You don't go finance cars. You don't finance houses. You don't finance cell phones. You don't do any of that. You pay back every penny of that student loan. Every penny. Stop blaming something. Only blame yourself. Once people start blaming themselves, I signed up for the loan. I took them out. I didn't pay this. You did it. I kept, like, for example, I kept my student loans for 10 years. I did. I blame nobody. I don't care what the paperwork said. It was me. I knew better. I took math in college. Math was a requirement in college. I should have known to say, hey, wait a minute. That doesn't make financial sense if I go to college for 4 years, but pay on my college loans for 10 years. That makes absolutely no sense. And it was nobody's fault but mine. Jaws 2003 says, I've wanted to do that plan, but looking here, I can pay off some things faster. You are the only person that can pay that student loan off the fastest. People jump in these are slave camp programs. These are public servant forgiveness. Servants, you're slave. Servant equals slave. Just like Hyphy said, servant equals slave. People don't even hear that. So you got to get on there. Hey, and by the way, it's 10 to 25 years. Okay. 10 to 25 years. And during those 10 years, you got to follow all the rules. You better not break one rule, else you're getting kicked out and you got to start all over. And while you're in the program, let me make sure you guys understand this. While you're in the student loan forgiveness program, the interest is still accruing. It's still gaining. So if you mess up, something happens to you within those 10 years, people trust 10 years that nothing financially wrong is going to happen to you. They're banking on that. They're banking on that. Oh my goodness. Let's finish this video.
I felt very guilty because what I'd done to my family. They don't deserve that. It's just wrong. It's wrong on so many levels.
What's wrong? I don't get it.
Firefighters, police officers. At last count, the Department of Education has rejected more than 75,000 applications for forgiveness. Only 864 people successfully applied. A rejection rate of 99%. These are people who went into public service in good faith and got screwed.
Exactly.
Seth Frotman is the
executive
director of the Student Borrower Protection Center.
Through rampant mismanagement at the Department of Education and rampant illegal practices at the student loan companies, it has become a broken promise for millions of Americans.
See this guy? This guy's just another high-paid person, sounding sophisticated, blaming somebody else for other people's student loan debt. It's got to be somebody else's fault. It got to be corruption. It got to be this. No. It's the people's fault for keeping student loans that long, going to school, dropping out. Can you imagine this? Imagine somebody that has gotten student loan debt with no degree, just using the money, spending it on whatever frivolous things they want to, all that is included.
Baker, frustrated, began recording calls with Navient, her loan servicer.
Why?
I now have to start all over. So you can understand my frustration and disappointment and anger that's going through my mind right now.
I was just going to say,
Those are feelings. Your feelings are irrelevant. Who nobody really cares about that.
yeah, that is unfortunately very common.
They lie. They talk in circles.
No, they
They
don't.
tell you one thing and then you find out it's another.
Not true.
In a statement to CBS News, Navient blamed a complex federal loan program.
Look how everybody's blaming everybody. I blame them. They blame me. This program is this. We just Navient. We just house it is just the stupidest nonsense. Get out of that nonsense and you'll clearly see it is nonsense. You can get yourself out of student loan debt. You just got to buckle down and pay it off. There is no other way.
Which is why we consistently advocate for policy reforms to simplify the system.
Yeah, right.
Baker had to face the music. She restructured her loan and started over.
Oh, God.
8.5 more years of payments to forgiveness. You're set up to fail.
Set up to fail. Oh, absolutely. It's set up so that you're never.
Okay, listen to what they just said. She went through 10 years of following their guidelines by the T. And then they rejected her at the end. She restructured them again, and she's going to do it again for 8 years. She's going to do it again for 8 years, even though the system, whatever this Navient program is, student loan forgiveness program, didn't honor what they said. Yet she's going to do it again. Why? Because she doesn't believe she'll ever pay them off. That's exactly where they want her to be. If you sign up for the student loan forgiveness program, aka student loan slave camps, those are slave camps. Only people go there. People that go there, people that don't believe that they'll ever pay off their student loans debt. As soon as they got you believing that you'll never be able to pay off those student loan debts yourself, they have you. You're a slave until you're dead.
Never paid off.
And Mark Strassman joins me now. So, Mark, what are the requirements that someone has to meet for loan forgiveness?
Well, you got to be a public servant of some sort. You've got to
See how they say it to your face? Well, you got to be a public servant. You got to be a public slave. They're telling you to, if this is you, check it out. If this is you and you don't believe you'll ever pay off your student loan debt, they're telling you to your face that you are a slave. Oh, first of all, you got to be a public servant, AKA slave.
to be a teacher or a cop or a firefighter. Some kinds of government service also qualify. You've got to have the right kind of federal loan, and then you have to make payments for 10 straight years. And then the program said, in theory, you ought to qualify for forgiveness. Hasn't worked out that way, but that was the...
They say you got to do this 10 years of payments, and they don't guarantee nothing. They say at the end of those 10 years, then you got to apply to see if you qualify for the forgiveness. They're telling you to, they're saying, even after 10 years of payments, we're still not guaranteeing anything. So it's up to you if you want to try it, or you can take that same 10 years and pay the student loans off yourself. Hell, even take 10 years to pay it off. Who cares? It doesn't matter. Pay it off yourself.
The original intent of the law.
So in 2018, Congress expanded funding for this temporary loan forgiveness program. Nearly 39,000 Americans applied, but only 262 people have successfully been relieved of their debt. Why is the acceptance rate so
this
low?
is sort of like the program that just can't win. They created a temporary fix to try to help some of the folks who'd been rejected the first time. It was a temporary pot of about $700 million over 2 years. They've only allocated $10 million, which again is another 99% rejection rate. Some of the issue seems to be a processing delay. That is, so many people were in line for review that it takes a little time for the system to catch up.
How is this guy even on the show? He's just guessing. He's not. They put a tie and a nice shirt on him, and he's just doing what anybody else was saying. They're just guessing. They allocated this amount of money, but they only gave away $10 billion to pay off the whatever, right? Then where's that rest of that? What's the rest of that money? Other money doing? Who's in charge of it? What are they doing with it? Nobody questions that. But this guy, he's coming up here guessing. He's on a show. He's not saying anything.
Yeah, bureaucracy, and the fact is, like, more than 75,000 people have been rejected already. I mean, that's a lot of cases to review. I'm sure everybody thinks that I deserve this forgiveness. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. And to review it to make sure they get it right, that's one issue. But I'm telling you that this program just can't win.
Well, does the Trump administration have any plans to help public servants actually get their student loans forgiven?
Well, I don't know that the public servants would think it's actually going to help. The Trump administration wants to do away with the program altogether next year and replace it with a program that would allow for loan forgiveness for anyone with an undergraduate degree who, after 15 years and still has debt, or a graduate degree and I believe 25 years, could be 30 years and still has debt.
Oh my God!
But for public servants, especially those who are still in line, they're in limbo. But for instance, if you're in line at some point on the road to forgiveness and the program ends next year, are you still grandfathered into the old program?
We don't
Not
know
clear.
yet.
Oh my God!
So I tell you, in almost every single way, so many of these people who went into it believing that after 10 years of public service, I was almost going to get a little bonus, a little help, because let's face it, public servants by and large don't go in it to make money.
Right.
They don't make a ton of money.
No, they're slaves.
This is a way of saying, in effect, thanks for your service. It hasn't worked out that way because it ends up being an unpleasant surprise and in the eyes of these public servants, a broken promise.
Gosh, it's just such a difficult situation for these folks. Mark Strassman, Mark, thank you.
All right. Woo, woo. Oh my goodness gracious. That is just, I ain't gonna lie, man. I feel sorry for family, friends. I feel sorry for everybody that believe they're stuck in that situation. They don't believe they'll ever pay off their student loans. Oh my goodness. That is just sad. Everybody's waiting on some kind of program to help them pay off debts when they can just do it themselves. Everybody can do it themselves. Good morning. Good morning, Tom. Good morning. David Tillery says, man, I literally was watching the same Dash video you had up, and then this is my first time I caught you live. This is a topic I tell people about, but they don't listen. No bankruptcy either. Exactly. They don't, David, it's like this. Okay. Now, and I appreciate you following. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. Once they get a person, they start you at 18, right? And you can borrow as much money as you wish. Nobody ever stops to think, hey, how come I'm 18 and they're letting me borrow as much student loan money as I wish? No limit. They don't care what I spend it on. I can spend it on school, tires, loan some to my friends, invested in the stock market. How come they don't care? Because you will be a slave until you're done, until you pay every penny back. You're a slave. That's the new slavery. It seems obvious to me. It really seems obvious. You take that money. Now, I'm not saying student loan money is a bad thing. That can help you get through college, right? But as soon as you graduate, you don't buy anything. You pay every single penny off, and then you'll be free. They'll be like, hey, thank you. They'll make a little bit of money off the interest while you're paying it off, but not that much, and you'll be done. But people, they fall into conditioned mindset that you are not going to be anything if you don't have a college degree. And that's not true. That's not true. But I can't even imagine being a slave for the rest of my life. I can't even imagine it. I did it for 10 years. I have friends right now. If you went on their Facebook, you would swear they're not in student loan debt. Vacations, trips, houses, cars. And you'd be like, now, mind you, me and my friends, we don't talk about what I do. We don't talk about it because we wouldn't be friends anymore. So when I see this or they talk about their trips or whatever, like, cool, man, did you have fun? All right, cool, man, great. Then they'll ask about my business. How's your business going? Oh, I'm still trying to get it off the ground. Oh, it's funny. It's funny to hear them because when you're out of debt, you can hear people in debt doubt your philosophy, doubt your business. They don't support you. It's just the weirdest thing, but it's okay, because I lump them in with everybody else in the debt matrix. If people that live in the debt matrix, they think a certain way, they speak a certain way. They don't know they speak that way. They don't know they talk that way, but it's like when I hear a friend, like one of my friends always talks about the bonuses that he gets, right? For years. But for years I was like, you still paying on those student loans? Yeah. Then I just want to ask him. I want to ask him this. What in the hell are you doing with those bonuses? I don't get what you're doing. It doesn't make any sense, but whatever. None of my business. I'm not part of the debt matrix. Jaw says one of the 48 laws of power states that about people shifting the blame. Yeah, it's true. Everybody wants to blame somebody else. Oh, it's their fault. It's the government's fault. It's the taxes. It's the this and that. And then when you want to look at the person and say, hey, you don't think it has anything to do with that brand new iPhone 11 in your hand? No. What about that car outside that you're making payments on? It got nothing to do with that? No. Okay. What about this mortgage that you're in on this overpriced house that you can't afford? It ain't got nothing to do with that, right? No, nobody wants to blame. Nobody wants to blame themselves until they look in the mirror. That's the only time it's going to change. That's the only time it changed for me. Once I realized that, and again, I'm college educated. I was making six figures, but yet I didn't know that I shouldn't carry a student loan for 10 years. It has nothing to do with your job title. If that was the case, check it out. Every single accountant, like let's go for accountant. Accountants are trained to balance books. They go to college to balance books, right? If that's the case, every single accountant should not be in debt. Why? Because they know how to balance books. Why is that? I guarantee you people that work at Navient, that talk to these other people that are online about their student loan debt, I guarantee you the people that work at Navient have student loan debt. Guaranteed. They're all slaves. They're all slaves. Jaws 2003 says, LJ, what do you think about the pay plan? They take 10% of your income. Pay plan. They take 10% of your income after bills are paid. I've never heard of that. And Jaws, it just sounds like something that people in debt would do. I don't need anybody to do anything for me for my money. I don't need anybody to do that. So whatever that is, that pay plan is, I got to look it up, but it sounds like something that people in debt would do. Best version says, LJ, play the video where they take the money out of a person's social security check. Oh, you did. Okay, 1 second here. I know that was another one. Let me see. Let me read these first real quick here. Mark says, my dad used to tell me not to make a promise I cannot keep. If you can't pay the loan off, don't take it. Exactly. I remember, hey, you know what, Mark? I remember my grandfather always telling me stuff like that, right? I remember, I specifically remember I was sitting on the porch with my grandfather. My grandfather was like, hey, I don't even know how this popped up, okay? He says, hey, you got a car? I say, yeah. He said, you making payments on it? I say, yeah. He was like, And I remember looking at him like, I don't know why my grandfather's tripping. I could afford the payment. That's exactly what I thought in my brain. Didn't even have a clue. And I specifically remember him shaking his head like, oh, baby. I was like, I don't know what I can afford the payment, but I didn't know. Mark says, having someone who talks about taking accountability is refreshing. That's the only way to get out. You hear what the lady said? You will die with student loan debt if you don't pay it off. Even me telling somebody that, even a person knowing that you will die with this debt unless you pay it off, still doesn't scare people. It still doesn't even scare them. Cosmic Wisdom says, I was at a Christmas party in DC and this person had a script by the phone when debt collectors called. Holy, a script. Oh my God. Do you guys see how I'm going to be doing this for the rest of my life? Do you guys see how I'm going to be doing this for the rest of my life? Even with the thought of knowing that if you don't pay off those student loan debts, you will die with the student loan debt. That doesn't even scare people. They still go out and finance cars, houses, phones. They still do it. Have a brand new iPhone 11 in their hand. You say, hey man, how long you been having your student loans? 15 years? Then what the hell are you doing with that phone? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Cosmic Wisdom says, yeah, I always see interesting things when I go back to my hometown of DC. A lot of over leveraged people looking good. They just looking. It's a trick. It's a magic trick. Look at the shiny thing over here. Don't worry about those student loans. Yeah, you're going to be paying them with your social security checks. There's a lot of people faking, I promise you. What's up, Gabe? What's going on? Welcome. Rare appearance of Gabe. How you been, man? Hyphy says, if you are that undisciplined to where you need a company to take 10% exactly from your paycheck to pay off your debt, you are undisciplined and I would never let you in. Wow, that's extreme, Hyphy. Gosh, don't let them in your house. Okay. Now, I'll let a person come into my house if they're in debt, because their debt has nothing to do with me or my house. So I would let them in, but I get what you're saying, Hyphy. Okay. But you got to remember, okay, listen, even though we talk about things like this, I want you guys to clearly understand this. In order for people like me to remain rich, to remain wealthy, to be free, the majority of people in debt must believe what they're saying. They must believe that they'll never pay off their student loan debt. They must believe credit cards are a part of life. They must believe that they are homeowners while having mortgages. They must believe it. People must continue to finance cell phones, because if everybody came to my channel and said, I'm going to do exactly what LJ is saying, there would be nobody left to finance cars, to finance houses, to finance cell phones, to keep student loans for the life of their entire life. There would be nobody left to do that, and the whole economy would crash. Man. Gabe says, I've got to give you an update soon on my progress since the awesome consultation call. Brother, sign up for a consultation call today. Appreciate that, Gabe. I'm dying to hear your update. Believe that. I'm dying to hear your update. Okay. What's up, all around strong? Welcome. Leroy says, ALJ and SMD family, pleasant good morning. Good morning. Let's see. Jaws 2003 says LJ Pay is a pay as you earn. It's an income-based repayment program. No, Jaws, no. Don't do any of that. None of that. None of that. You're just going from, think about it this way, Jaws. If you can't even, now I'm not just saying you, I'm just saying you, period, to the whole room. If a person cannot follow their own rules, respect their own money, you're going to somehow follow the rules of another entity. That's not true. That's not going to happen. I promise you, it's not. It's not. It's just another program that's going to make money off of you. That's it. And then you got to follow the rules to a T. And out of those 10 years, 20 years, 25 years, you're not going to have one financial hiccup. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. People with student loans are slaves. It's the new slavery. It seems pretty obvious to me. Student loans forgiveness programs. You must be a public servant, a public slave. Here's the lady in the video, went the whole 10 years. And then at the end of the program, they said, hey, yeah, we know you followed all the rules, but we decided we're not going to, oh, that was a mix up, a different pot of money, whatever. It's just the stupidest nonsense. It's so dumb. And now not only is she upset about it, she restructured her payment program to do it again for another 8 years. Are you insane? That's financial suicide. And she's 56? No, sir. No, that's okay. Hey, Jaws, that's okay. All right. Yeah, you got to be an admin and post links. Don't worry about it. I already, by what you're telling me, I already know what kind of program that is. No, that's a no. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. And NonstopDRE says grown adults got mad when I tell them that if they have a car or a house loan, they don't they don't own it. The banks and I'm 23. Hey, NonstopDRE. Shh. You got to be quiet, else you're going to lose your friends. You have to be quiet about that. They don't want to. People in debt don't want to hear that kind of stuff. You're crazy. You're speaking crazy talk. Don't do that. If you want your family and friends in your life, you better be quiet about debt. Okay, you better not. And now if they come to you and ask you, hey, Dre, how come you're always so happy? How come you're not working overtime? How come you're not this and that and blah, blah, blah? You say, hey, I don't have any debt. I don't have due dates to keep track of. There are no due dates in my life. Sorry, that's how it is. And then maybe they become interested. But if you're trying to give financial advice to people in debt, they're going to think you are crazy. If you ever catch a person saying, the student loans are forever loan, you better not even talk to that person. Don't even, you just stop right there. And this is how you do to see if, sometimes on this show, I'll give you guys questions you can ask people in debt without them knowing why you're asking the question. So I'm gonna give you an example. Say like, now everybody know taxes are a part of life, period. Taxes are part of life. Period. If you do tax evasion, you can go to prison. Okay, prison. Yeah, people still do it. Okay, all right, whatever. Right. There's a reason why you would go to prison, because it's the backbone of the whole economy. Once you get out of debt, you will clearly see the purpose of taxes. You'll never cheat on taxes. There's absolutely no reason to cheat on taxes. Absolutely no reason. Okay. Now, this is all you got to do is ask a person, hey, do you know your tax bracket? I'm asking everybody in this room, do you know your tax bracket? And if the answer is no, you say no. That's a number one. Why? If you know taxes are a major part of life, how come you don't know your tax bracket? That's a major clue to a person that mismanages their money. That's a major clue that a person's in debt if they don't know their tax bracket. You're like, whatever, I was like that. I didn't know my tax bracket. I thought that was just for rich people. That's the dumbest thing. That's the dumbest way to ever think. It's for rich people? No, taxes are taxes. Everybody pays taxes, but everybody pays taxes differently. Once you get out of your own, once you create your own business, you could legally never pay taxes again. Legally never pay taxes again. Yes, it's true. Yes, it's true. Quentin says, it's amazing how people take out mortgages and have student loans. You better, hey, check it out, Quentin. You better believe if I owned a bank and somebody came to me with a good job, good credit, little bit of money down, and have student loans older than their children, you better believe I will approve them so fast. This is why, because I know they'll never own that home ever. They'll never own it. If they haven't paid off a student loan in 10, 15, 20 years, you think they're going to pay off a house in 30? No, they're not. Stamped, approved. I will own the house the whole time they're in it, while they'll be calling themselves a homeowner the whole time. I don't care what they call themselves, whatever, as long as that payment's on time. Approved. This is money. This is business. This is a necessary evil, people. This is necessary. If I like the life I live right now, I'm not rich. I just have no debt. And once you get out of debt, I'm telling you guys, life is not expensive at all. It's not expensive. It's not expensive. Cosmic Wisdom says, LOL, my dad tells me the economy would crash if everyone managed their finances the way I do. Exactly. You're right, Cosmic Wisdom. The whole economy would crash. And when I say that, people think, oh, LJ thinks because his program will crash the economy. No. Mathematics tells me this, not me. Math says, hey, if everybody used me, the whole economy would crash. Exactly. If everybody decided to use math and trust math, the whole economy would crash. But I like living the way I'm living. So the majority must remain conditioned to believe that they cannot buy anything without credit. That's a must. So when I see people financing cell phones, I mean, when I go around town and just be out in public, right? You know people with the new iPhone 11 because the new cameras in the back, right? You can just see, okay, that's the new phone. You see how many, you think people barely have $500 in their account. You think people are dropping $1,000 for a cell phone cash? No, they're not. That's why check it out. People outside the debt matrix, listen, this is why they keep jacking up the price of phones. That's why they're getting higher and higher. People will start to accept that financing cell phones is normal. Ask somebody with the new iPhone, the new Note 10, ask them, did they pay cash for it? They will look at you and say, oh, hell no, I can't afford it. Did you just say that out loud? Yes, they do. They don't know what they're saying. What's up, Nicer? Welcome. NonstopDRE says, people want to be lied to and get mad when you tell them the truth. Let me tell you something, Nonstop. If I knew what I knew today at 23, I'd have been a millionaire by 30. Easy. My regular money, phantom income, tax savings is phantom income. Like, had I known that when I financed a car, I was financing the taxes too. Had I known when I financed the cell phone, I was financing the taxes too. Anything I was financing the taxes too. I was getting double taxed every single time I financed something. So imagine this. Imagine the taxes on a house. Imagine the taxes on a $40,000 car and you're financing them. Ooh. People in the debt matrix say, oh, a car goes down in value as soon as you drive it off the lot. You know when it goes down in value? As soon as you step on a car lot and crack your lips and say the word financing. They go by your gross income when you fill out a credit application. They go by your gross income. For those of you that don't know the difference, and that's okay if you don't know the difference between gross income and net income. This is why my channel is going to be so successful, because people don't really even know these simple terms, but they're too embarrassed to say it. And this is the channel you can come to and say, hey, I don't know what gross income means. I don't know what tax bracket means. That's fine. Net income means your money after taxes are taken out. Your gross income is your money before taxes are taken out. Now, when you go fill out a credit application, they go by your gross income, money that you're not even going to get. They base your car payment on your gross income. You're already upside down in the car before you even got the keys, and you don't even know it. That's not even including when you finance the car, you're financing the taxes too. You're so deep up. Oh my God. When I just think about it, it is crazy. Heike says, if you hear your great grandmother was a servant, you get mad and think slavery. Yet in 2019, you sign up to be a servant. Kiss my it's like this. Since you can no longer physically enslave anybody, like take a person and put them in chains, right? People believe slavery is over. No, they just reinvented. Okay, how can we do it differently now? How can we enslave people without letting them feel like they're enslaved, like they're slaves? They don't know they're slaves, and this is how you do it. Student loan debt, credit card debt, mortgage debt. Make people believe that they own something when they don't. That's the ultimate slavery right there. The ultimate. They got millions of people right now believing they are homeowners while having mortgages, 30-year mortgages. And that's only, think about it this way. That's only, if they have 30-year mortgage, that's only if they never refinance their house once. People always talk about refinancing their house. Always. And guess what they do? They pull the money out. And what do? Go finance another car, putting themselves even deeper in debt. Oh my God. You talking about slavery is alive and well. Believe that. And debt is the colorblind slave master. It doesn't care what color you are. No, sir. Because all it sees is green. It doesn't care if you black, white, Chinese, gay, straight, tall, short. It doesn't care. It sees green. Oh, Cosmic Wisdom said, I know my tax bracket. Cosmic Wisdom, I know you know your tax bracket. You've probably been knowing it since you were in diapers. Your parents probably stuck a piece of paper in your diaper, said, this is your tax bracket, baby, right here. Go ahead and study it. NonstopDRE says, I hear people use the term forever loans. Exactly. All the time in college, even professors. Meanwhile, I'm using my GI Bill for college and computer science, getting paid to go to school. Cosmic Wisdom, I mean, not Cosmic Wisdom, but NonstopDRE, I don't know who hips you to this at 23, because I have a degree in computer science, engineering, or whatever you want to call it. I've been in computer engineering I was in there for 20 years. My main software application was VMware. So I was a virtualization engineer. So I did virtual servers, virtual desktops, connecting them across the globe, locally, whatever, right? That was my main. I loved it. But once I got out of debt, but I kept my student loan for 10 years. Okay, I can connect virtual computers globally, but I couldn't apply simple mathematics to my finances. I don't know. Oh my God, Linnell. Oh my God. You know what? When I paid off my student loan debt, I absolutely refuse to add up all the money I paid for I won't do it today either. I will not add that money up. I will not. Because I'll probably start crying. Cosmic Wisdom says, people are now financing pets. Yes, Cosmic Wisdom. Yes, I was talking about this a few videos ago. People are financing pets. Now imagine a person in student loan debt financing their dogs, and then their dog gets sick. Then they got to take it to the vet. Guess what else they're doing? They're financing the health care for their pet. They can't, if they're check it out. If a person is financing a dog or a pet, that means they didn't have the money to buy the pet. So if the pet gets sick and they take it to the veterinarian, guess what else they're doing? They're pulling out the credit card. They're getting so deep in debt. Oh my goodness, man. This is just, you guys, I'm telling you, let me put my thing up there. Let me put I need you guys got to come see me. I can create a plan for you. If you are in debt, stop messing around. Come see me. I can create a plan for you, and you will live free for the rest of your life. On this side of the fence, let me tell you guys something. You will meet the right people. I met like Cosmic Wisdom. As soon as I get to my business to a certain level, I'm going to see her. So on the business side of things, on real estate side, I'm going to see her because she knows the game already. I'm gonna skip all the blocks. I'm skipping because I know who to trust and who not to trust. It's a certain language. If you've been in, I keep repeating this. If you've been in debt all your life, you only speak debt. Speaking debt free cannot be faked. You cannot fake something that you don't know exists. People in debt have no idea the language of debt free even exists. I couldn't come up to Cosmic Wisdom and try to fake it. She will know right away that I'm a fake because I don't know how to speak debt free. There's a certain way you speak. I promise you. Cosmic Wisdom, you can attest to that, right? People in debt speak a certain way. They don't know they speak that way. That at? Oh, where'd I go? Oh, that's what I did. Sorry, you guys. 1 second here. I'm trying to. People in line to get. If you hear my great grandmother serving get a tax bracket, I hear people forever loans. Oh, I think I did that one already. Okay, pets. Cosmic Wisdom says getting pets repo when they can't pay. Is that true? I don't know. No, they can't repo pets. I don't think. Oh my goodness. I know. What do they do if they don't? Well, they probably just send them to collections. They ain't gonna come get the pet. That don't make any sense. NonstopDRE says people rent furniture. I know. Furniture is already overpriced, but if you're renting it, you're making payments on it. They are killing you. They do people, and again, this is a choice. You know, I want to say they do people in debt so dirty. They do people in debt that don't trust math dirty, because all the person has to do is trust mathematics. That's it. This is not hard. Add up if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe. I thank you for joining. Okay. But if you're new to my channel, this is all you got to do. Add up all your savings, add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals how much money you have in real life. Now all you got to do is believe that large negative number, change it from the negative to the positive, and you will win with money for the rest of your entire life. I know it sounds so simple. Thank you, Life for Business. Appreciate it. Get those likes up. Thank you. Thank you. Taboo Smash says, I took a second job and I have $2,500 I'm saving. I'm going to try to pay my student loan while in school. Taboo Smash. I got a question for you. Are you in debt right now? Okay, because I don't mind people doing that, but I would have to see their whole structure, their whole financial situation before saying, cool, do that, because I'd want to see it. I mean, I'm just saying in general. I'm not saying you have to, but I wouldn't want you to believe you have money to pay on something else when you really don't have money, because it's just a foolery thing. You know, it's a mathematic thing. Quentin says, wow, you said most people don't have $500 in their bank account. Shaking my head. I believe you on that. It's true. All you got to do is Google it. Google it. The majority, to me, when you're out of debt, when you're out of the debt matrix, it's obvious. Okay. Trillions in student loan debt, trillions in car loan debt, trillions in credit card debt, trillions in mortgage. People don't have money. People don't have cash in their bank accounts. But they always have dogs, brand new cell phones every year, brand new cars. Oh man, I got rid of that car, got me a new one. It's only 2 years old. It was getting old. You know, I had to update my thing. You know how I do. No, I don't know how you do. How do you do? All Around Strong says, after paying off 2 lines on cell phones, the idea of financing small ticket items is a major learning lesson that I applied to my current lifestyle. Exactly. I had a person call me the other day, right? This dude, this is what I love about what I do. Okay. I help people. I have different structured plans. Okay. Different levels of plans that I help certain people. Okay. And one of my plans is $3.99. Okay. This is more structured for people that have their stuff together. Okay. But they're just missing a few pieces that they're not saying. Everything else. I mean, some of these people I talk to, I'm impressed by them. They impress me. I'm like, whoa, you got all that. But this particular dude, I said, hey man, how much is your cell phone bill? He's like, he starts laughing. He's like, no, I don't know. Tell me. He's like $300 a month. I said, okay, I'll tell you this. 300. Let's do this. I'm going to do this Because I don't think once I create a plan for you, right? I take the monthly mentality out of your brain and start thinking yearly. Okay. The monthly mentality is a conditioned mindset. Get out of the monthly mentality. So he told me his phone bill was $300 a month. Okay. All right. So let's do this. 300 times 12. That's $3,600 a year. Right. And once I told him I said, okay, my service for you is going to be like $400, $399. He's like, woo, $399. I was like, yeah, you just told me that you spend $3,600 a year. I can drop your phone bill down to $100 a year. So $100 a year, which is $1,200 a year, not $100 a year, excuse me, $100 a month times 12 is $1,200 a year. Minus 12. Right? 12 so he goes from $3,600 to $1,200 a year. That's a saving of about $2,400 a year. He just that move alone, he paid for my service 3-4 times over. He's like, man, I never looked at it that way. That's the only way I look at it. That's the only way I look at it. Why you said people don't know. All right, let's go to Nicer. Nicer says, okay, I'll say what's up to everybody and maybe I'll get a hi back. I said hello, Nicer. Hi, Quentin. He's saying hi to everybody. Saying hello to everybody. Jaws 2003 says, if you save $38.46 bi-weekly, you will have enough money for an iPhone or a Note phone. You know what? This is what you got to remember too, Jaws. Once you're out of debt, you don't buy phones like everybody else buy phones. When I want a new phone, I go on Amazon and buy me a refurbished phone. So like one day I'm gonna get the Note 10, but I'm gonna wait a couple years. Right now I got a Note 8. This is fine for me. I'm gonna wait a couple years on the Note 10, get the Note 10 plus 5G or whatever it is, but I'm gonna get it for a quarter of the price what it is right now. Okay, that's it. And I'm gonna buy it with cash. Gabe said, what's up, Nicer? NonstopDRE says marriage for men is also slavery to the woman and government. Okay, put it like this, NonstopDRE. Okay, that's just talk. Okay, once you get out of debt, this is what I say, especially at 23, find yourself first. Number one, get out of debt, stay out of debt. And I guarantee you this, let's just speak on the money part when you go to find a person that you plan on being with for a long time. I guarantee you this, when you're out of debt and you decide you come across a woman that you're going to take seriously, the first question you're going to ask, how much debt are you in? Do you care about being in debt? If she's in a large amount of debt, she's like, oh, I got $80,000 in student loan debt. You're going to be like, okay, what are you going to do about it? You're going to pay it off? What's your plan? Oh, no, it's a forever loan. You're not going to take that woman serious. You're not. You're going to be like, oh, you're never going to pay that debt off? No, it's a forever loan. You'll be like, okay, peace out, homie. That person just told you that they're going to be a slave for the rest of their life. That's what they said to you. Don't waste your time with that person. That's a waste of time. They always say the number one reason for divorce is money. No, it's not. It's debt. It's debt. Debt causes arguments. Listen, this is what it does. Debt causes arguments. Debt causes a person to work overtime. Now the two people don't even see each other because they're working so much overtime. By the time they get home, they got kids. They're too tired for each other. They got to spend some time with the kids, go to functions, do this on the weekends. Divorced. That's how it works. When you don't have it, like me and my woman, we have no debt. We're not in debt at all. We never have arguments about money ever. Ever. Never have arguments about money ever. There's no reason to. We're not in debt. Nothing's behind. We don't need to save up money for Christmas. This holiday's coming up. We got to have money. No, it doesn't exist. Nicer says, hi, NonstopDRE. Welcome to the SMD family. Exactly. This is a family, NonstopDRE, especially at 23. Welcome. I'm jealous of you. I'm jealous of you, NonstopDRE, because if I'd known this at 23, I'd have been rich a long, long time ago. My whole life would have changed, though. This is hindsight is 2020. I'm glad I went through my experiences so I can create this channel and share with you guys and help you guys get out of debt so you don't even have to experience some of the things I've experienced. But that's neither here nor there. I'm just thinking if I knew this at 23, my whole life would have been different. Some relationships would have never happened because it would have just been a waste of time. I remember, and I'm kind of embarrassed to even tell you guys this. I'm gonna tell you guys this, okay? I remember when I was married, right? I remember going to a bank and we were signing up to get a bank account. Okay, me and my wife at that time, right? And I remember the bank coming back and saying, "Hey, Mr. Young, you can get a bank account, but your wife can't." I was like, "What? Why not?" Now they couldn't tell me specifically because it was her information. So I went to her and said, Hey, baby, how come they won't let you get a bank account? Oh, because of this, that, this, and this person did that to me and this. No. Right there should have told me something that she had very, very bad finances. And never once when I got in a relationship, I never asked to see what their financial situation was. I just got with her because she's fine. She had a nice body. She talked well, whatever, right? Never once did I ask about them finances. But once I was in it, oh yeah, I clearly knew there was a financial difference between her and I. It was crystal clear. But these are things that we don't ask. The woman I'm with now, I asked to see her credit report first. People think I'm joking when I say that. No, I'm not. I'm dead serious. She thought I was joking too. Are you serious? Yes, I'm serious. I asked her, how much, do you have much debt? She's like, no, I don't have any. Just the way she was saying it. Damn near everybody lies and always downplays how much debt they have. I looked in her, she didn't have any debt. She didn't have any debt. I was like, cool, all right, we can move to the next level. But if you're in debt, we might as well stop wasting each other's time because I'm not getting with anybody that's in debt. No, sir. I'm not doing any of that. That's a complete waste of time. B. May says, get out of debt in 2020. All right. All right, I'm gonna lay it out for you, B. Mays. You follow it, you'll be free. And remember this, B. Mays, everything I say to you will be justified to be true with mathematics. I'm not just gonna be saying something to you and say, hey, do this because I said so. You're gonna do it because you're gonna believe your own mathematics, okay? Charles says, pets, you can get a dog from a pound for free minus the adoption fee. The local pounds are always full to capacity. You know what the problem is, Charles? Everybody wants designer dogs. Not only do you have to have the best phone, you got to have a designer dog. Designer dogs are not cheap. There are people paying $3,000, $4,000 for a dog. Now think about it this way, you guys. If a phone is $1,000, between $1,000 and $1,500 for a new phone, and people are financing the phones, do you think somebody's going out and paying $5,000 cash for a dog? No, they're not. I promise you, they're not. They're not. They're financing dogs. Nicer says, as if a car notes aren't bad enough for your bank account, there's a place I seen in LA that had rims for rent on the sign on Crenshaw. Yes, I've seen that too, Nicer. You can rent rims. Now, if people wasn't doing it, they wouldn't be advertising it. You can rent rims. You can finance rims. If you can finance tires, you can finance rims. You know what kind of statement that makes? If you're financing or you renting rims, that's a huge statement. Huge. And can you imagine the rules on rented rims? They can't get scratched. You better not curb them. You better not damage them, else you're probably going to own them at some freaking ridiculous interest rate. If you're financing rims, they are charging you a ridiculous interest rate because you should know better than that. But the majority of people don't. Cosmic Wisdom says, oh yeah, it's obvious. Once you are debt free, it's a whole new language. I have learned to just let the debt zombies be. They don't want to be free. Exactly. You know what it is, Cosmic Wisdom? When they finance vacations, they're just zombies. They're just slaves on vacation. When they get a new car, they're just a slave driving a new car. When they get a house, they're a slave in a new house. They don't own any of that, and they don't even know it. That cosmic wisdom, that's how we will remain free for the rest of our lives. That's how it will be. I love it on this side, you guys. This is my passion. You guys see me doing these videos. I'm dead serious. There is nothing like this freedom. Nothing. Nothing trumps it. Nothing. But once you cross over, there is no going back. I promise you, it's going to change your whole life. It's going to change your relationship. I feel sorry for people like this. I feel sorry for people in a relationship that one of the people in the relationship wakes up and says, debt has been the thing that's been keeping me down from becoming rich. Yes, it has been. And then they wake up, but their partner doesn't. That's going to be a very, very big problem. Very big problem. Very big problem. Very big. Now, if you guys are still scared to jump on, if you just want check it out. You just want your phone plan changed. Say like you're paying a lot of money for your phone plan, right? I can help you with that to kind of give you an idea, give you a taste of what financial freedom is like, right? You come to me and say, hey, Linnell, I got this ridiculous phone plan. Can you give me a plan how to get out of this plan and get it cheaper? Sure can. And then when you see the money savings from that plan, you'll be like, oh, what else is out there? A lot. I just get people get on the phone plan, the different kind of phone plan, so they can see how much money they're saving. And then that's going to naturally say to you're going to naturally say to yourself, what else is out there that I'm not seeing? A lot. I got a whole bunch of different ways, a whole bunch. Hyphy says, so who here is running themselves into thousands of dollars worth of debt to make friends and family smile by giving them objects? Exactly. Christmas time. Woo. People are running themselves in. How do I know this? Go out right now. Go try to do your Christmas shopping right now. You would swear nobody's in debt. All the malls are packed. Stores are packed. You go into Costco, everybody got big flat screen TVs on the rollaway carts. It's like, wow, everybody got so much money. No, they don't. That's a front. They're tricking you. They're in debt. Okay? I promise you. Cosmic Wisdom says, oh, yes, they repull the puppy if you don't pay. And if the pet dies, you still have to pay. I got to look that up, Cosmic Wisdom. Wow, they will repo the puppy. Ooh. That is so, but it's business. I understand it's business, people. God, but that's a living, breathing thing. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole different, oh my goodness. NonstopDRE says, I love it when I hear people say that they don't like math. It's probably because they have debt. No, it is because they have debt, because math and money are one. If math didn't exist, we wouldn't have the ability to count money. Doesn't that seem pretty obvious? That seems obvious to me. We would grab money. If math didn't exist, we would pick up a whole bunch of money and go, what do I do with this? There's a lot of pieces of paper here. What do I do? What does that number on there mean? What's that? Does that number mean it's bigger than this? You wouldn't know what to do. It's hand in hand. People still don't understand. Hey, okay, well, none of this is hidden, people. None of it's hidden. So the system's not doing anything to anybody. The system, when you hear people talk about the system, listen to see if they're adding their feelings into the system. The system is feelingless. It doesn't care how you feel about it. If you use math with the system, you will win with money. If you don't, you will lose. It's that simple. What's up, James? Welcome, James Stokes. Everybody saying what's up, nice and nicer demands or hellos. Hey, I'm in the room. You better say hello. I like that. All Around Strong says rent rims. Yes, All Around Strong. Rent rims. I got a pair of rims on my truck that I just rented. All right. They're all, no. That's not true. That's a lie. Okay. I would never do that. I could never imagine myself walking into a building, signing a bunch of paperwork to rent some rims. Are you insane? No way. That's financial suicide. Oh my God. Vacations. Yeah. They're just slaves on vacations. Nicer says, got a jet. Have a marvelous day. Thank you, Nicer. Always welcome. James Stokes says, if you rent rims and miss a payment, they follow you in, put you on center blocks, and get the rims back. They probably will. They probably will put your car on cinder blocks. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. Whew. And then when somebody, when it happens and your neighbors see your car up on blocks, they'll be like, oh man, somebody stole my rims. They're not going to say, oh man, my rims got repossessed. They're not going to say that. They're not going to say that. Jaws 2003 says, me and my ex had this issue. My dad gave me a mobile home before he died, paid off. She said it was too raggedy and didn't want to live in the rural area. Almost finished with the remodeling. And what was your ex's alternative plan? What was go get a large mortgage and live like her friends? What was her alternative? I mean, people say these things. So you got to turn to them and say, okay, what's your plan? What's your financial plan? Tell me. All Around Strong says, facts. I was at Costco last weekend and it was definitely big screens being purchased. I was just in Costco the other day. I swear, every other roll, those flatbed roll carts had a TV on it. Had a brand new TV on it. You would swear nobody's in debt. That stuff blows my mind. Blows my mind. Now, my butt waited to the last minute to get my girl something as a gift. I had to get out in that nonsense. But for me personally, I don't want, I know this is just me, okay? And for me, I don't want a person that manages money well seeing me out in that nonsense, standing in a line for 30 minutes. I don't want people seeing me do that. I don't want people to recognize me on this channel and be like, LJ, what's up? And they see me standing in a line a few days before Christmas. I just want to turn to them and say, hey, I know you see me, but I have to absolutely be here. I have no choice but to be here in this line. Okay. Else my woman's going to be very mad at me because I waited to the last minute to get her a gift. Okay. I have to be here. JB says, go to a military town. All you see is rent to own. Oh, that's so bad. I've seen a four-wheeler with rims on. I've even seen a four-wheeler with rims on near Camp Lejeune. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. North Carolina. That was rent to own. Honestly, you know what? I think they do military people so bad. I do. I think they take full advantage of them. They get, hey, you can get a VA loan for a home loan. That's a horrible loan. That's horrible. That's a horrible loan. Here are these people go and risk their lives to give up their lives for the country. And then they offer, hey, look at, you can get this VA loan to buy a house, no money down. We'll finance 100%. That is so bad. That is bad. I think that's horrible, but whatever. It's business. Hyphy says, at a mall in Los Angeles, I seen the company removing the rims and putting the car on blocks. Imagine how the vehicle owner felt when he returned to his vehicle. Wow. Damn. I got to look that up. But I guess when people see it, they're going to think, oh, somebody stole the rims, but that's not true. They got repossessed. Your rims get repossessed. You know the economy is bad when people get their rims repossessed. Get something repossessed that they don't even have to have. Oh my goodness. Jaws 2003 says, LJ, her plan was to get a house in an urban area that was $250,000 on an acre of land. My mobile home is on 5 acres. You know, and people like that talk, I'm telling you, fellas, women, whatever, you have to get somebody that's financially free. Else you're not gonna be free. You're gonna get into debt. You see the person, because like when you first started dating, especially when you're financially free, when you first start dating, you can pretty much see a person's spending habits. You can see how they treat money, how they respect their money, if they don't respect their money, if they do respect their money. They're not going to stop those money habits by marrying you. That's not going to happen. Okay. They're not going to say, you're not going to marry this person and say, okay, cool, you got to stop spending money like that. No, they're not. They're not going to stop. They have to do that before you. They have to respect their own money. If they don't respect their own money, you think they're going to stop suddenly respect your money? No, they're not. They're going to think your money is now added to their money. So now they can spend more money. That's exactly what's going to happen. Hyphy says, wow, that's at height. Oh, Cosmic Wisdom says at Hyphy, wow, that's crazy. And then how they're going to get home? Exactly. They're not going to get home, Cosmic Wisdom. They're on blocks. Now they got to get it towed. I don't even know how they're going to get it towed. They got to go on a flatbed. I don't know how they're going to get it on there. They got to come out, put some wheels on all four of them. I mean, I'm sure the tow truck drivers run into cars that had their rims stolen and know what to handle, but that's got to be extra money. It's got to be. Jaws 2003 says, LJ, her plan was to get a house that was 250 on an acre of land. My mobile home was 5 acres. I wanted to save the money living in the mobile home and pay cash for what we wanted. Exactly. That's exactly how you do it. Stack your dough. It doesn't mean you're going to be living in that mobile home forever. You're doing it right at Jaws 2003. You just got to be out of debt. You can't care what other people think. You can't care what other people in the debt matrix believe, say. They speak debt and they only know debt. They only know debt. They speak debt. Like if you got to, for example, you get with somebody, the first question I suggest you ask is if they have student loan debt and how long they had it. Right there. If they don't even know, like half the people don't even know how much student loan debt they're in. Don't even know. Don't care. Hey, how much student loan debt you're in? I don't know. It's around this. When somebody gives you a guess at their debt or their student loan debt, add about 10 or 20,000 on top of that number. Oh, my debt is around this. As soon as you hear them start guessing, you already know the answer. Hey, what's your tax bracket? Oh, I don't know. Is your phone financed? Yeah, it's only $38 a month. See what I'm saying? They don't even know. They don't even know what they're saying. Running from bill collectors. Like Cosmic Wisdom said, a person, she was somewhere and somebody had a script to read to if a collector calls their phone. You're preparing for that? Man, this is just this world is crazy. Cosmic Wisdom says, can't drive to work until they get off those blocks. Dangerous situation. Exactly. Hey, Cosmic Wisdom, if they got their rims repoed, they've been in a crazy situation. They've been in a dangerous situation. If you're financing rims, you're in a dangerous situation. If you thought financing a phone was bad, can you imagine the percentage rate they are charging a person on rims? Brian says, men, you have no business dating someone who is financially incompatible with you. That is exactly right, Brian. That will never work. That will never work. I know people say, oh, money's not everything. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Especially debt. You better not get with somebody that's in debt and don't care about being in debt. Like, for example, let me give you guys an example of this. Many of us know this too. Many of us know what's called a forever student. How many of you guys know people that have been going to school forever, getting just degree after degree after degree after degree, but yet they're not working in any of the fields that their degrees are in? You know why they do that? Because they're buried in so much student loan debt. If they keep going to school, I know it sounds stupid. I know it sounds crazy. I know it sounds financially insanity. But if they keep going to school, the bill will not be due. They really believe they're going to go to school forever. One day they're going to have to stop. And when they stop, guess what's due? All of that money. All of us know somebody like that. They're called forever students. They're forever slaves, and they have accepted that. That's why they keep going to school. That's why they keep doing it. They can say whatever they want. They can come out and say, hey, look, I got a degree in this. I got a PhD in that. Whatever you hear. And a lot of people are impressed by that. Ooh, they got a PhD in this. If you turn to them and say, how much is your student loan debt though? They will not have an answer for you. They were probably getting insulted that you asked the question. Brian says huge mansions and carrying debt is not the way to live. That is not living at all. You're just a slave in a huge mansion. That's it. And reality TV is not helping. Reality TV is not helping people in debt. They look at people on reality TV and believe they are rich, believe those people have money, believe all that. That they look at reality TV shows and look at it and say, that's success. That's freedom. That's where I need to get. That's not true. That reality TV is so far from reality. It's crazy. It's not true. Jaws 2003 says, I just sent you an email about a consultation. Okay, let me check my email. Okay, check it out. Check it out, Jaws. You can do this yourself. You can go here. I'm just going to save you a step. Okay, go here, go to my website, click on book consultation, and schedule a time that works best for you, right? Go to the website, schedule book consultation. Make sure you specify the time zone. Time zone selections at the top. Pick the time that you select the time zone, and then select the time you want, and then that'll automatically schedule you, so we don't have to go back and forth. Okay. Now the initial consultation, how much do you charge for? Consultations are free. Okay, this allows me to speak to you on the phone, kind of get an idea of where you're at, and then that will help me help you which package I'm going to offer you, because I need to know that first. I need to find out where you're at, and then I say this package will work best for you. Okay, but I appreciate that. Thank you for reaching out. But just go to my website. Anybody that's in this channel right now, go to my website, book a free consultation. Consultations are free. Okay, those are free. I have to hear you speak about money, where your situation is, and then we'll go from there. All Around Strong says, I never heard of financial stories like I've heard on this video alone. This is crazy. Pets and rims. Oh yeah. All Around Strong, check it out. Anything you think is crazy to finance, people finance it. It's because we live in a different world. We live outside the debt matrix. So you think it's insane. If you think like, we already know financing a car is financial insanity, right? You don't really think, oh, I'm gonna finance a fish, or I'm gonna finance this snake. People do it all the time. People are financing cell phones. If they're financing cell phones, and people love when they finance pets, they love telling people how much their dog cost or their pet. Oh, this dog was $5,000. You pay cash for a dog for $5,000? No, I didn't. I charged it. I financed it. Yoda Darnell says, moving from job to job to avoid student loan garnishments. Wow. I didn't even know people did that. Slave with invisible chains. Jaws says, my advisor called that a career student. Yep. I think it's a career slave, honestly. It's a career slave. LJ, best version says, LJ, I saw a meme on Facebook showing someone parking their car sideways in a garage so it could not be repossessed. God, dog. I am never doing that, ever. People trying to hide stuff that they don't own. Like, you hear people do that all the time. They be behind in their car payments, and then they'll hide the car. Why are you hiding something that's not yours? Isn't that stealing? That's stealing, right? We all got family members that do it, and they say this stuff openly. Oh no, man, hey man, can I keep my car over your house, man? The repo man is look. I'd be like, man, you saying that out loud? Give them their car back. Cosmic Wisdom says, I know someone in school now for a PhD in percussion aka for drums. A PhD in, what do you mean? Oh, hold up, Cosmic Wisdom. What do you mean a PhD in drums? You can get a PhD for like drums that you use sticks with? Do you guys see how rich you can be if you get out of debt? Do you guys see this? You can be rich, financially free for the rest of your life if you just get out of the debt matrix. You see what people are doing? Brian says, my ex-wife has 80 to 120K and is for a forever student. Ooh. I can't even imagine that. I can't even imagine $120,000 in student loan debt. I couldn't even imagine that. I'd cry. I'd live with my mama. I wouldn't care what anybody thinks, because it's possible. You can get out of student loan debt, but you got to do something. It counts on your age. You got to do things that are drastic. You cannot care what other people in the debt matrix think. If you have a Cadillac Escalade and you move down to a 2004 Honda Accord, people are going to think, oh man, look at that. What happened to your Escalade? What's wrong? Things are down. Hey man, you can't care what anybody in the debt matrix thinks. You can't care. You cannot care. That was the hardest part. When I got out of debt, let me tell you guys something. And a lot of you guys don't know the story. I moved from my fancy high rise, sold my Lexus, moved into a room in my sister's house. Okay. A 42, 43-year-old computer engineer living with my sister in a room. I can't even tell you how difficult. I had to stop dating because I got tired of explaining to women, they're like, hey, what do you do? I was proud to say I was a computer engineer making it. I don't really brag, but they equate money with the job I had. And then it comes down to the question, where you live? And I go, oh shoot. I live with my sister. Now, the woman I'm with, after I got over that hump, I'm like, I don't feel like explaining that anymore. I'll just chill. I don't really need a date. And then when I came across the woman I'm with now, I just told her, hey, yeah, I live with my sister. Now, if she thought, oh, he's a bum, he must not do any, he must don't know how to handle his money. All she did was ask me, hey, why you live with your sister? Oh, because I was getting out of debt. And then we went on from there. It was cool after that. But for people that don't understand it, they're going to think you're broke. They're going to think you're on drugs. They're going to think you must be bad with money. Why are you living at your sister's house at this age? You cannot care what they think. It doesn't matter. Especially if you can hear them, they're speaking debt. Don't listen to people that speak debt about money. Don't ever do that. If they have student loans that are older than the children, do not take financial advice from them, because I know people on Facebook right now that are giving out financial advice while they have student loans. They sound so smart. They sound like they know what they're talking about in stock markets, investing. And then you just want to say, I just want to get online and say, hey, then why do you have your student loans for the last 15 years? That doesn't make any sense. CENTS. James Stokes says $50 a week to rent rims. $50 a week. Monster Cake says most people with degrees and PhDs don't have jobs in the field they studied in, meaning they wasted 5 years to then work at Walmart. Exactly. And you know what that is, Monster Cake? They just want to be able to tell people that they have degrees in this field, because that's the first thing I think when somebody tells me they have a PhD or a master's in XYZ, and I go, then why are you working here? That doesn't make any sense. Oh, jobs are this, we can't do that, whatever. And that's the first thing that comes to my mind is, damn, how much student loan debt you have. If you have picture this, somebody that has $100,000 in student loan debt for a degree that the field that they're not working in, and they're making $30,000. And they got to live. They might have kids. They might have car payments. You're going to be a slave until you're dead. I feel sorry for people like that. I really do. They'll never feel this freedom that I feel today. They'll never feel it. It'll be mathematically impossible for them to feel. So guess what they do? They rely on the student loan forgiveness program. They think this is the last piece that's going to help them out of slavery. No, it's not. Those are slave camps. Those are slave camps. They will never free you. They're meant to never free you. Those are slave camps. You're a slave. If you're in debt, you get up, you go to the mirror right now and say, I'm a slave and I accepted of it. I'm accepted of being a slave. Say that to yourself. Just be real with yourself. Hey, I have a mortgage. This is not my house. I'm renting from the bank. Until I pay this house off, the bank owns it. No, when I refinance my house, I'm not paying off any bills, really. I'm just borrowing more money from the bank, putting myself deeper in debt. That's what you're doing. Because they know, say, for example, the bank knows that they know if you refinance your house to pay off your credit cards, they know you're not going to cut up your credit cards and close them. They know that. You're going to keep them for emergencies. And then guess what you're going to do? You're going to find whatever you deem an emergency and jack them back up. Now you're going to be in deeper in debt than where you were before. That's the way it goes. Hyphy says, my neighbor got his car repoed while out on a date, their first date. Now, if his date was debt free, that's all the information she needed to know. If I was out on a date and a person I was dating got their car repoed, I would never date that person again. I wouldn't. There's no point to date them. They're in trouble. I know it seems harsh, but it's real. Unless you're gonna, I would never, man. I think about oh my God, I can't believe I did that. Marry somebody in debt. Oh man, that is ooh. But I had nobody around me to say, hey, Linnell, have you checked out their debt? Because I don't even know if I would have listened to them. I was in debt myself. I would have been like, hey, I'm in love. And money doesn't count. You know, all these things people say in debt. Oh, money isn't everything. Money can't override love. Yes, it does. That's why divorce rate is over 50%. Yes, it does. It's true. Cosmic Wisdom says, yeah, she getting a music degree specializing in percussion. Does she have something? Hey, okay, Cosmic Wisdom, maybe there's something that you and I are not seeing. Is she going to be working? Is she going to be a drummer in the orchestra in New York on the main strip, the biggest something there? Does she got something lined up? Maybe she got something lined up that we don't see that's going to be netting her $200,000 a year to play drums. Maybe we don't see anything. Brian says, Doctor of Musical Arts and Percussion Performance, 3 to 5 year degree. Holy moly. I don't even know how much. I don't even know, man. I don't know. I mean, if I was doing that, it was something that had to be lined up. As soon as I graduate, I'm going to be on New York, Broadway, strip, something, whatever, that I'm going to be making a ton of money. Something's got to be lined up. But I couldn't tell people that I was going to get a 5-year degree in drumming. Wow. LJ, do you think electric cars can save money? Can save on the back end regarding maintenance and gas? I know the initial cost for these can be high. I tell you this, Jaws, for 2003, would I get a Tesla cash? Yeah. If you can pay for a Tesla with cash, yes. And not just even Tesla, you can go a lower mark car. Of course, if you can pay that car with cash, this is what you do. And this is how you do it. You wait till somebody in debt goes and finances that electric car that you want, thinking that they're going to save money on gas. Anybody that finances an electric car, they're not saving money on gas. They just believe they are. Okay. It doesn't matter what they believe, whatever. That's the debt matrix speak. You wait till they get in over their head. Now they're in over their head after a few years. And then you come and buy that same electric car for half the price with cash. So not only did you buy the car in the blue book, now you don't have to ever stop at a gas station again, ever. That's who's winning. And plus, a lot of states give tax breaks when you have electric cars. You're just win, 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 win. If you have the money for it. Now, they started making, Tesla came out. The reason why Tesla's so successful, they made cool looking electric cars. Most electric cars are just ugly. They're just ugly. You know what I'm saying? Tesla came out and said, Elon Musk said, I'm gonna make a cool looking electric car. Now that truck is this. Now I know this is a little bit off the subject, but that truck, that thing is so ugly. That's ugly, right? But people in debt are going to finance it so they can make a statement to tell everybody else in the debt matrix that they're rich. Because if they be the first one to have this truck, people are going to look at this truck and see somebody driving and be like, oh, that person's rich because they have that electric truck. No, they're not. That means nothing. That means absolutely nothing. That means they're in debt. Anybody, check it out. If you got a neighbor and somebody gets one of these new trucks, they get a new Tesla, go up to them and ask them and say, this is, you can't ask them, don't ask them, do they have the title to this? Just say something like, ooh, I know that that man, is that payment steep? Or is that payment large or whatever? You know, you can rephrase it any way you want. If they reply with anything that refers to, yes, they're making the payments, they did it wrong. They're in the debt matrix. That's it. You don't need to know nothing else. Okay, you cool. You don't have the title. No, okay, whatever. Don't listen to them anymore. Cosmic Wisdom says, nope, not in the orchestra. She graduated and isn't working in the music field. I feel for people like that. I really do. It's hard to see and watch, but people don't even understand how come you can go and borrow as much student loan money as you want and get in a degree that doesn't even matter to anything because you will be paying it for the rest of your life. Can you imagine being part owner of the stocks and student loan debt? That money is endless. That money is endless. Endless. You'll never have to work again in your life. You better believe if I figure that out, when I figure that out, how I can get into student loan stocks, you better believe I'm investing. You better believe it. That is forever money, forever. Here's another example. You go out shopping right now. You see the madness. You would swear nobody's in debt. Look at the Super Bowl about to come up here. Super Bowl will be sold out. Where's all this money come? Nobody's in debt? How do people afford these tickets? Because they don't care. They don't care. They live for now. They worry about that later. They're just slaves at the Super Bowl. You think everybody at the Super Bowl pay cash for those tickets, pay cash for those airline tickets, pay cash for the hotel? No. They're in debt. And that doesn't count all the jerseys, the food, the whatever. They're in debt. Brian says it's ridiculous. They have degrees for everything now. They sure do. You know why, Brian? Because college is a business. Once you get out of debt, that is clear to see. College is a business. Hey, Jaws, I just saw your appointment. Okay, great. I appreciate you going to that. Now, I'm assuming that you're East Coast time too. Okay, that's what I'm assuming. So if you're East Coast time as well, because it's showing East Coast time on mine, so I'm assuming you're probably in the East Coast time as well. And thank you. I appreciate you reaching out. Thank you very much, man. Thank you for trusting me. Cosmic Wisdom says she's trying to get a teaching job. Last I heard, a teaching job. Ooh, teachers. It's like this. If you're a teacher, I commend you because they don't pay you nothing. But they require a certain level of degree. So you go into teaching in debt. And this is what concerns me the most. And concerns me about teachers. They bury them in so much debt to get a teaching degree and pay them nothing. What do you believe the quality of teaching is going to be towards our kids if they're buried in that much debt? If they have to get a second job, if they have to do this homework, grading homework afterwards, what kind of quality of teaching do you think you're going to get? And this is not blaming the teachers. This is blaming the amount of debt they have to get in to get a teaching job that pays nothing. And then those same people got to teach our children. What kind of quality? They got to have time for their own families and husbands, wives, children. They got to have time for all that. Doesn't that seem obvious to me? That seems obvious. That seems really obvious to me. It all connects. Teachers, I commend you guys. If you're a teacher, hey, and you love what you do, you need to come see me. Because I tell you, if I will create you a plan, get you out of debt, and you will absolutely love what you do. You will absolutely have all the time in the world to teach your students that you love, because teachers, they have to love what they do to get paid nothing, to have to get that type of degree and get paid nothing. You come here, I can create you a plan. You will absolutely love what you do, and you will love getting up and doing it because you're not forced to do it. James Stokes says, I play drums. I ain't never heard of that degree. Hey, James Stokes, there's a degree for everything. Everything. Jaws says, that helps a lot. I need to upgrade my breaker box, and that's it. Then I can save. Exactly. That's all up. Do what you need to do. You're on the right track. Don't care what people in the debt matrix think. I don't listen to anybody in the debt matrix. I just hear them speak. And then as soon as they say something in debt, I just ignore it. I don't do it to their face. I just go, oh, okay, sure, okay, whatever. Norvell says, I drive an electric car for the company I work for, and it costs $3,600 to get a new battery for the car. You know what, Norvell, if you own it, right, if you own that car, $3,600 is not going to be anything. How long will that battery last? If you get a brand new battery for $3,600, is it going to last another 10 years? It sounds like that's a deal to me. If you plan on keeping that car, $3,600 battery is nothing. Over 10 years, that's nothing. That's nothing. With 10 years with no gasoline, that's nothing. People always talk the price of a battery for an electric car. If you own that car and you have no debt and that battery costs what it costs, but it'll last 10 years, you better believe I'm buying a battery. Better believe it. Get those likes up. Thank you, Life for a Business. I appreciate it. Please don't forget to subscribe. Please. Charles 2003 says, yes, I'm on the East Coast. I live in Florida. Cool. I always just got to make sure of that, because before I adjusted my calendar, it wasn't an area where people can specify their time zone. So they would schedule a time and be on PST time versus East Coast time. Then I would call at the wrong times, and it just makes me look bad, especially when it comes to money. I don't like wasting people's time, and due to a error like that. Hello, Chris. Welcome. Good morning. Barely. Oh, it's almost 1 more minute. It's going to be afternoon. Chris Carr says, yep, if you read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, it will let you know that. Exactly. Sure will. Read that book. E-Man 816 says, the shopping malls are packed with customers as we speak. It's insane what I say. Exactly. You would swear, E-Man, you would swear nobody's in debt. Nobody's in debt. And all the people in the debt matrix will see other people in the debt matrix shopping, and they will start to think that they're the only ones in debt. And then they will go shopping because they can't be seen like they don't have any money. So they got to go out and buy a bunch of presents too. You know what I say? When you get out of debt, you have no problem telling people, no. Hey, you getting anything for Christmas? Nope. Why not? I have no money. I'm broke. You have no problem saying you're broke. I had no problem. Once I started getting getting out of debt, and I started seeing the freedom at the end of the tunnel, I started to, hey, man, you getting me a birthday present? Why not? I have no money. I'm broke. You got a job? Yeah, I know. Then how come you're broke? Because I'm broke. Chris Carr says, you can't teach what you do not know. You can't. Yeah, that's true. You can't teach what you don't know. That's why when I say people in the debt matrix only speak debt, they have no idea that they only speak debt. They have no idea the language of debt-free even exists. They don't even know it exists. So this is why the language of debt-free cannot be faked, because you cannot fake something that you don't know exists. This is why I'm going to become a millionaire, billionaire, whatever. And I say those millionaire, billionaire is just words. They're just, once you get out of debt, your money will stack so fast, you're not even going to be thinking about money. You're really not. You don't think, you're going to think about money totally different. You're not going to, hey, I got to pay this bill, or what about 6 to 8 months, 6 to 8 months living expenses. That kind of stuff is not going to come to your mind, because you're going to have money. Good morning, Elijah. Welcome. Welcome. Nicer in the chat. I think Nicer already left. She came and left already. JB says, damn, now she's in the kitchen beating on buckets, pots, and pans. Damn. Oh, that's messed up, Jay. Okay, I was like, what? Okay, that's messed up. Oh, God. Brian says, James Juilliard has a PhD program in percussion. It costs about $43,000 a year to attend. Juilliard? Oh, Juilliard. Oh, $43,000 a year. And I'm not saying if these people go to this school and have a solid plan on they're going to be on some big orchestra in New York, great. But if you're just doing it in hopes, I don't know. I don't know. Because there's people that are in orchestras in New York. They're in the band. They're making money. They did something. I would first research how they did it. I would have to find a person that's in that level of orchestra and say, how did you do it? Hyphy says, I always play broke. It keeps people from asking me for money, which keeps me from being broke. Exactly. You just play along. You say the same things. This is what you do. You say the same things people do in the debt matrix. Oh, I ain't got no money. Bill collectors are calling me. Man, rent's coming up. Man, I can't wait to get the income tax check. You say all the debt things so you'll fit right in. So they know not to ask you for money. You just pretend to be broke too. You just say the same things they say, and then they'll say, oh, okay, this person ain't got no money either. They're just like me. Yeah, I'm just like you. Jay Wade says, brother, I love your powerful words. Much love to you. Appreciate that, Jay Wade. Thank you. Thank you. And you know, even though I appreciate you saying they're powerful words, but I want you guys to simplify this even more. I'm just using the math that I learned in grade school. That's it. I can see how the whole economy works now. I can see the whole thing. It's beautiful, you guys. It's beautiful as long as you're on the right side of it. You can legally, listen, there's absolutely no reason to cheat on your taxes ever, 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 ever. Don't ever cheat on your taxes. There's absolutely no reason to cheat on your taxes ever. IRS audits are not random. No, they're not going to audit somebody. They're not going to audit somebody that's clearly following the rules. If they're knocking on your door, you're not following the rules. That's why they're knocking on your door. But if you're following the rules, why would they audit you? That doesn't make any sense. Why would they audit you? But they're going to come to waste their time to come see you to verify that you're doing it right? No, they're not. No, they're not. It'll be a waste of time. If that ever happened, you say, hey, go see my person. I don't feel like dealing with you guys here. Go see him. I already know it's right, but if you want to double check it, go ahead. But it's never going to happen. Okay. Chris Carr says, you dead ass always act broke. I've never know what you have, bro. You dead. I'm not sure what you're saying. I'm not sure what you're saying, Chris. You dead ass always act. I'm not sure. Okay. Rephrase that. Jay Way says, my name is James. Always say either you part of the solution or you part of the problem. Exactly. You're part of the solution. And people in debt, they really, like, for example, when I got on solo TV 84s and God, what's the other person I hate that I forget his name. Man, I'm upset that I forgot his name, but it'll come to me. I know it's just I'm having a brain fart. But anyway, I have a few people that come over from the channels, right? And the common thing I hear from people is this. I saw you on that channel, man. You were speaking my language. It's very few. It's very few. But when they come and they hear me on these channels, they go, man, dude, man, I thought I was the only one that thought like that. I thought it was just me. No, that's not just you. It's not just you. And you got to catch yourself. When you think a certain way that makes sense, especially that makes mathematical sense, try not to get caught up in your mind thinking it's just you. Because what you're really saying is, am I the only one in the world that thinks this way? Obviously not, because there's millionaires and billionaires. The only difference between you and a billionaire is mathematics. They trust math. The majority of people don't. That's it. That's the only difference between the rich and the poor. Mathematics. O'Shea. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. O'Shea. O'Shea. I know. Don't let him hear what I forgot his name. I just had a brain fart, O'Shea. Okay. I didn't forget about you, man. But these people come over from these channels, right? Because their channels are different than my channel. I'm just strictly finance, right? And they talk about a multitude of different things. But when I come on there, it's not really a big crowd. Really, nobody participates in the live. Only people that are ready to hear me will hear me. That's why I really don't care if the live is not that big, because I'm not talking about some stars breakup and their boyfriend. It just, that kind of stuff just doesn't. Personally, I really don't care about that kind of stuff. It doesn't make any difference. But that's their business. That's what they do. It's a business. I'm not knocking what they do, but I'm saying finances, people don't really want to talk about it. But that's okay. That's okay. That means I can charge more for my services because I'm rare. Okay. Chris Carr says, LOL, that's to Hyphy. He's very good at acting broke. Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you, Tony. Man, I know. Like I said, don't let O'Shea know that. Hyphy says, if IRS is about collecting money, why would they waste their money on random audits? They audit those that are highly likely to owe and pay. If IRS is about collecting money, why would they waste their money on random audits? Because audits are not random. People in debt believe IRS audits are random. They're not random. They're not. I'm telling you guys like this. If the IRS agent ever came on my channel and wanted to hire me as an IRS agent, I would be a killer. I would be a killer. An IRS agent, I would be a killer. I would be the number one IRS agent in the office. If a person, my name would be thrown around there. If you see me knock on your business door as an IRS agent, ooh, you know, the LJ, the IRS agent's at your door, you are in trouble. Yep, you're in trouble. You are. That's why I'm here. No faking it. NonstopDRE, you should do a show with Aaron Clary. You guys will get along great. Let me write that name down, because I get a lot of people telling me, throwing names out to me, man, and I need to look these people up. If you guys know good financial shows and you believe that I could be good on their show, can you either send me the info or reach out to that person and point them in my direction, point them to my channel, and I will do my best to get on their show. Because I'm looking for more shows to be on, more channels to be on. Let me write that down now, because I don't know who Aaron Clary is. But I appreciate that, NonstopDRE. I like information like that. If you guys can help me grow by giving my channel to other people, I'd appreciate it. Elijah Jones says, it's awesome that different channels are helping each other grow and expand. That's, you know, once you get out of debt, you guys, and you see people growing, you naturally want to help other people, because there's plenty of room on this side to become as rich as you want. There's no competition on this side of the fence. When you're in a debt matrix, you believe there's a ton of competition. You believe everybody is trying to get over on you. Everybody's trying to step on you. Yeah, that's probably true in the debt matrix, but once you get out of the debt matrix, it's not like that. Everybody here is ready to help other people, because there's always a piece that's somebody doesn't know that somebody else does know. And by you helping them with their piece will help you. And then you both grow. That's how it works. When you guys help me grow by sharing my channel to other people, hey, check this dude out, man. He knows what he's talking about. He's just using mathematics that we learned in grade school, and it just grows, and it helps you. It helps me. I say, thank you, person, for referring me, and it just grows. E-Man says, I do listen to Dave Ramsey a lot. I'm glad I found your channel. speaking debt free is refreshing. You know what? That's E-Man. That's who I learned. Dave Ramsey was the first person I went to. I found when I went on my debt free journey, because the weird thing is that I didn't even know I was in debt. I didn't know I was living in a debt matrix. I thought debt was normal. I thought everybody had car payments, cell phone payments, high cable bills, high phone bills. I mean, I pay $20 a month for my cell phone bill. $20 a month, and I pay for it by the year. If you're paying over $50 a month for a single line cell phone, you are getting ripped. Ripped. Let me see. What did let's see. What did senior student loan debt? You guys got some good questions, man. I appreciate them all too. Please don't forget to subscribe. And if you guys want to send more people to my channel, just give them this. Say, hey, man, Google this hashtag, right? Just don't even point them to YouTube. The less steps a person has to make to come to find me is the better. So just say, hey, man, Google this guy. Google hashtag savings minus debt. I will be the only person that pops up in the Google search engine. The only person. Don't believe me? Go test it. Go Google that. Go Google that hashtag and watch. I am the only person that will pop up. And no, I didn't pay Google to do that. No, I didn't. Because I'm telling the truth. That's it. And here's my Cash App. So you guys, thank you. Whoa, it's thundering. Thank you for the donations. I appreciate that. I thank you for the notes along with it to say, hey, how I've changed your life in some sort of way by following my videos. I appreciate that. Especially people that say, hey, man, I'm so glad I found your channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And here's my PayPal right there. Thank you for and t-shirts will be coming soon. T-shirts are coming soon. I can't wait. I'm excited about my t-shirts. I'm excited. And they're going to go up on my website. If you want to see the different packages that I offer, you can go to my website right there and click on services, I believe. I believe it's under services. That'll show all the packages that I offer. Okay. And E-Man, back to E-Man for a second. You know what? When I learned how to get out of debt from Dave Ramsey, I figured I knew I could simplify the process even more than he could, right? Because if you're in debt, even what he teaches sounds kind of complicated, which is not. It's not really complicated at all. He's not doing anything fancy. You know, he's very good at what he does. I owe my financial life to Dave Ramsey, okay? But I knew that me personally, I believe math is just associated with money. It has nothing to do with religion. Religion and money has nothing. That's just how he feels about it. He feels that religion has something to do with money. It's his channel. If he wants to believe that, he can believe that. I personally don't believe that. I think money is just money. Money and math go together, period. Now, once you're out of debt and you tithe and do all that stuff, you will have real money to tithe. You will have real money. Not if you're in a negative and you're tithing, you're tithing negative money. I mean, you don't have any, like, add up all your savings, add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals how much money you have in real life. If that's a large negative number and you're tithing money, you're tithing from a negative amount. So it's really, you're not really tithing anything. It's just a belief. See what I'm saying? Exclimatic says $20 for a cell phone. What company? It's let me give you this. It's who is that again? Because I pay it by the year, so I don't really go there all the time. What's it? I can't believe I can't forget the name. I don't know. Let me I gotta look it up because I can't remember. I'll find out later. Let me not. God, I can't believe I can't remember my phone company. Or let me look. Oh, here it is. Here it is. I just looked on my phone. Red Pocket Mobile. Like, tell me this, Exclimatic. I'm gonna give you some advice right now. So, who is your current carrier right now, Exclimatic? Tell me that. Who is your current cell phone carrier? E-Man says, you're the only guy that doesn't mix your feelings with your money. It rings truth. That's the only way you to do it. Ooh, sorry, I was looking at Exclamatic's bill. Okay. I gotta calm down on that one. All right, let me get back to E-Man's question. All right. See how I just mixed my feelings with his bill? That's okay, I think, right? Okay, Exclamatic. Okay, I'm on AT&T. Now, Exclamatic, is that, I know it's bad, it's been there for years. Okay, I'm gonna point out some things that Exclamatic is saying, okay, so you can understand this, all right? Okay, is this a phone? Is this, yeah, that's, hey, Exclamatic, if you just want that step changed, book a free consultation and we'll get on the phone. And then of course I'll charge you. I'll tell you how to do it. And it won't be that much. You're just trying to, but $180 a month. Let me tell you something. Those days have been over for years. I'm on AT&T too, but I pay $20 a month. Okay. It's not, I know you say, I know it's bad, but it's normal for people in the debt matrix. I'm going to pull you out of the debt matrix, starting with your phone bill. Go to savings-debt.com and schedule your consultation. Okay. Now, Exclamatic says, I've been there for years. What does that mean to you, Exclamatic, that you've been with AT&T for years? What does that mean to you? Are you going to be customer of the month? They're going to give you special privileges. Remove your feelings from business. That's how you feel. You believe, since you've been there for years, it is out of comfort. You've been there for years. You believe that you feel like it means something. Stop thinking like that. That means absolutely nothing. Okay. My mom says that. Now, is that for $180 a month? Is that just you, Climatic? Or is that two phones? Is that one phone? You tell me. Hyphy says it's called a smartphone, but you are dumb enough to finance it. That phone is too intelligent for you. Yeah, I never looked at it that way, but you're exactly right, Hyphy. Exactly right. A smartphone that you're financing. I know I just asked at Cosmic Wisdom, I just asked him that $180 a month for one line, or is that like a family plan? That's what I want to know. Oh, okay. You need to come see me. I'm going to add this up for you so you can stop thinking monthly. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. 180 times 12. You're spending $2,160 a month or a year on your cell phone bill. If you're by yourself, I can drop that down to $20. Drop it down to $240. I pay $240 a year. And you pay $2,160. And my $240, the only tax I pay is on the $240, Exclamatic. I only pay taxes on the $240. You need to come see me, Exclamatic. Let me put my website up there for Exclamatic to see. Here, so we're not mistaken. There you go. You need to come see me. Go schedule your free appointment right now. I'm about to save you. Oh my goodness. Let's say minus 240. I'm about to save you $1,920 a year just by one move. That's probably going to cost you just for the consult, just for my fee for guiding you in the right direction. That's not even nothing. I'm not even doing your whole finances. I'm just saying, hey, you need to go here to do that. That's it. They're going to take my money for months. Haha, they're going to take my money for months. One line. Ooh. Oh, yeah, it's unlimited. All right. You're right about that. It's unlimited. They're getting unlimited money from you. And I'm going to ask you this, Exclamatic, because I always hear people say this. It's unlimited. Okay. This is what I'm going to ask you. How much data do you use in a month? How many minutes do you use in a month? How much do you use? A lot of people that always scream unlimited have no idea how much. Maybe they're using 10 gigs a month, maybe 5 gigs. But if there's different options, there's different options, but you must ask yourself, how much are you using? If you don't know, what's the purpose of unlimited? So you don't have to think about it. That's exactly what they want you to do. They don't want you to think about it. And exclamatic, I want to let you know that I appreciate you putting this information in this room, because SMD family, we're not here to tease you. We're not here to make you feel bad about you. Just here to make you aware of what's happening. You're spending more money than you need to do on a cell phone bill. Those days are gone, man. I want to be the first to help you out of that. And when I help you out of that, you see the savings. I'm telling you, that's just one of the things I can do for you. That's just one. That's just one of the things I can do for you. That's just one. There's many. There's many. That's just one. Man. Ooh. I just hate to hear that. Well, exclamatic. I'm just telling you mine. I have other ones that don't get stuck on that one. Okay. There's a whole bunch of other plans that can cater to you. All right. That I promise you. That's just one for me. I don't use a lot of data. There's hotspots. Check it out. There's hotspots everywhere, right? When you go places, I have internet at home. I'm never using my data at home because I have internet at home. Plus, a lot of people don't even know this. When you're an Xfinity customer, you have access to all the Xfinity hotspots everywhere they are. They're everywhere. You have access to those. And not only that, check this out. Not only what else people don't know, inside of your Xfinity account, you can create 6 other sub accounts to give to your family and friends that might live, say like you have a son or a daughter that lives in another state and they live in an apartment complex, right? And if they open up their phone or their whatever that uses data and they get an Xfinity, Xfinity type of, say, access point, you create an account, you create them account under your account. It's a sub account. It's not an admin account, and give it to them. And now they can use internet wherever they live. This is part of your plan. Many people don't even know that. These are the things I can help. These are the things I can help you with. I didn't know that until I became financially free. You can go into your Xfinity account, and if you got Xfinity cable or internet, right, you can create up to 6 sub accounts that you can give to your family and friends that they can use. They can use if they're next to an Xfinity hotspot. Didn't even know that. Sure can. So if you live in, like, right now, you guys can test this right now. If you live in an apartment complex or you live anywhere, it doesn't matter. Open up your phone, turn on your Wi-Fi, and watch all the hotspots that pop up, your neighbor's hotspot, and see if there's one of those are Xfinity. If you have an Xfinity account, you can log into that hotspot. That's part of your account. It's free. That's what you can do. You don't even have to have internet. So when my son, for example, he lived somewhere else, right, in an apartment complex, right, and he didn't have any internet. I told him, you don't get internet. Here, I'm gonna create you an account. You got an Xfinity, a hotspot that pops up on your phone. Yeah, let me create your account. There you go. Now he has Xfinity. That's it. Tony Davis says, I saved $2,400 since I found out about Red Pocket Mobile from you, bro. Thanks. Thank you for telling me that, Tony. $2,400 a year. $2,400. That's a lot of money. And that's just one of them. There's straighttalk.com, mintmobile.com. T-Mobile just bought, what did T-Mobile just buy? They bought T-Mobile bought Metro PTS. There's so many other options. This is why they're jacking the cell phone prices up. So when people finance phones, now they're trapped with the original phone company. They have no choice but to stay with them. That's why these phones are getting so high. But once you own your own phone, you have options. Climatic says, I don't really know the numbers, gigs, minutes. I just pay it, being silly perhaps at Linnell. Check it out, Climatic. That's exactly what my girlfriend was doing when I met her. She was doing the exact same thing. She was paying a ridiculous phone bill by herself. I said, how do you pay it? Oh, it just comes in. I see the amount in my email and I just pay it. Don't do that. No, sir. I asked her the same thing. How many gigs and minutes are you using? Barely, I don't know exactly. But she was quick to say, oh, it's unlimited. What does that mean? That doesn't mean unlimited money out of your pocket. Climatic, you need to come see me, man. I can change your whole, just that one move. I could save you $1,000, over a couple $1,000s a year, especially at $180 a month. And you're probably not even including taxes in that. Usually people shave off the tax. People naturally, for some reason, not saying you, Climatic, but I'm just saying in general, people love to take off the tax of an amount of a purchase. Why they do that, I have no idea. That's programming. People will tell you, hey, I got this car on sale for $30,000. You go, without tax? Isn't that illegal? Oh, yeah, it was taxed, but but I know what? No, what? What? No, finish that sentence. Chris Carr says at Hyphy, thanks. I looked up my debt and I can't unsee it. I need to get rid of my car and student loans, $24,000 total. Shaking my head. They got me. Yeah. Yeah, they got you. But the plus side is this. Now you know they got you. That's the difference. Now you know they have you, not just walking around like a debt zombie, like the people in the debt matrix. They're part of the Borg. For those of you who don't know what the Borg is, look up Star Trek and look at the Borg. That's the Borg. People in the debt matrix are the Borg. E-Man says, because of you, I pay my car insurance 6 months in advance. No worries. Exactly. Because E-Man, when I was getting out of debt, when I found out my insurance company was charging me a fee to take my monthly installments from my insurance, I said, what the hell? Wait a minute. You're charging me to get money that I have to pay you already? I said, how do I stop that? Oh, you pay it every 6 months. Deal. Done. It's deal. 6 months. Okay, cool. See you every 6 months. And when you own your own car, you get to dictate your insurance. You don't have to have full coverage. You don't. You can trust your driving record. When's the last time you hit somebody? Probably never. Then trust your driving record. Get the insurance. But when you have a car loan, the bank tells you what type of insurance they want on their car. You guys are new to my channel. Thank you for joining. Please don't forget to subscribe. Please get those likes up. Please like. Even if you don't like, put the down like. Doesn't matter to me. But if you have any questions, don't be nervous to ask any questions. Even if you don't agree with me, if you can say it professionally, we can talk about it in here. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal if you do it professionally. Okay. Let me put my schedule your free 30-minute consultation right there. Okay. Knowing is half the battle, NonstopDRE says. It sure is. That's the man. I'm never going back into debt ever. Student loan debt. Student loan debt is only second to IRS debt. You can walk up to a person with student loan debt and say, you know, if you don't pay that debt off, you're going to die with it. That won't even faze anybody. They're out Christmas shopping. They don't care about that. People in student loan debt are Christmas shopping. Did you hear what I said? I'm going to say it one more time. People in student loan debt are Christmas shopping. Jaws 2003 says, I'm with Sprint and they unlock all of their phones if you pay for them in cash. If you finance them, they lock you in. Yeah, they will lock you in because they own the phone. That's why they lock you in. When you pay your phone off, you tell them, hey, my phone is paid off. I want you to unlock it. And for those of you that don't understand what that means, this is what it means. Unlocked phone means that once you pay the phone off, you tell them to unlock it. That way you can bring it over to Verizon. You can bring it over to AT&T. You can bring it over to T-Mobile. That's what unlock means. It's no longer locked to Sprint. But when you pay it off, you must specifically tell them that if you plan on moving to a network that is outside of Sprint. That's what unlock means, okay? Tom Petty says, I would love to switch my cell phone company, but I use a ton of internet, so over 440 gigs a month. You can still switch, Tom. There's different plans. Go to Straight Talk here. Tom, check this out. Go here. Go there. Right there. Go there. Cut your bill in half. If you use crazy amount of gigs, go there. Pick your plan, pick who you want to be with, and you can get, because they got unlimited plans here for half the price that you're probably paying right now. All right, you guys, we're about 2 hours and 15 minutes in here. We're going to wrap this up, okay? All right, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Good luck on your Christmas shopping. You got 2 days. It's 12/32. I went out over the weekend. I'm never doing that again. I'm going to shop 2-3 months ahead of time, okay? You guys have a wonderful day. Check it out, Tom Petty. You look at that straighttalk.com. Do that. Yeah. Look at that up. You don't have to pay what you're paying, okay? The one I'm on, because I don't use a lot of gigs, so don't, if you use a crazy amount of gigs, go get from Straight Talk. Cosmic Wisdom says, if you use that much internet, you might as well get home Wi-Fi with a cheaper cell phone plan. Exactly. Straight Talk is a good idea good for people in the USA. If you go overseas or take a cruise, they typically kill the SIM card. Yeah, that's true. But you know what? How often do you go on vacation? You know what I'm saying? All right, you guys have a wonderful day. When's the next live? Hyphy says, probably Wednesday. Probably Wednesday. Okay.
Wednesday's Christmas Day.
Oh, never mind. I said that's Christmas. No, it won't be Christmas. Probably Thursday or the weekend. I forgot about that. Tom Petty says, I had home internet, but I found that Xfinity was doing some shady stuff. I didn't have cable, but Xfinity was charging me an extra $8 a month. Yeah, they do things like that. Elijah, thank you. You guys have a wonderful day. Appreciate you all. Here's one more time. There's my website scrolling at the bottom. Go to the website, schedule your free 30-minute consultation. Much appreciated. And Jaws, I got your consultation confirmation. Got it there. I see it. Take it easy, Mark. All right, you guys have a wonderful Christmas, okay? All right, see you later.